Today's horoscope, Taurus August 18th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Venus in your sector of joy these days finds you enjoying yourself more often. You're more creative or amorous. However, in the first half of today, your desire for appreciation and admiration from others could be so strong that it leaves you vulnerable to manipulation or tension. Watch for repeating old patterns in relationships. You need to breathe new life into your creative work and your relationships now for best results. As the day advances, there could be temporary disconnects, a nervous disposition, household tension, or restlessness. Family affairs or the need to stick around the home can clash with personal plans and your sense of independence. Try not to overthink things, which is a strong tendency now. Fortunately, refining plans can be rewarding. Focusing on one thing and one step at a time serves you well. Storm clouds are gathering today and tomorrow. It would be best to try to practice mindfulness. This is especially true because frustration is here, and the planets are pointing directly at you. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet, has been sizzling and soaring in a retrograde through your solar house of home, family, and real estate. He will glare over to electric Uranus, spinning in your solar house of identity. This means you could feel suddenly provoked, prodded, and aggravated by challenging news. The news could manifest in a way that shakes both you and your partner. Do your best to release what you can't control. What kind of career path do you truly want to have? Reflect on what you want to accomplish in your career path when the moon in Aquarius conjuncts Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. A deep desire to change everything may come up. You may even want to change your career entirely to try something new. Listen to what your heart says. You may find that you want something unique, which could influence the trajectory of your professional transformation. There is something better waiting for you if you let yourself have it. Once again, you can take direction from the planetary alignment. If you look closely at how you deal with people, family, friends, co-workers, or potential partners of all kinds, you find that you are acting and reacting with a lot of intuition. In other words, trusting your instincts is critical to taking the right steps. To help strengthen your inner ear, stick to a regular exercise schedule and meditate on your health goals while you work out. This will help connect your intentions with your abilities. Your curiosity is piqued today, dear. You will see far and wide, and your inventiveness may express itself through modern methods of communication. You will probably spend more time than usual on the internet, telephone, or watching television. And why not? Whatever you undertake, you will try to see further on to understand and advance. So, let yourself be carried along by this technologically curious vibration and above all push ahead. Having the moon in an adventurous part of your chart over the weekend is always advantageous, especially when it coincides with Venus being in a playful and creative area. Before the moon moves into your career sector tomorrow, leading up to a full moon that will energize professional matters while testing your work and life balance, focusing on the playful, creative, and adventurous aspects of life becomes crucial. This situation benefits both personal enjoyment and professional growth. In between Mercury's departure from your romantic sector 2 days ago and the Sun's return next week, Venus, the planet of love, is using these few days on her own to make these some of the most romantically charged of the year. Helping with that is having the moon in an adventurous part of your chart. With Venus still separating from a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet Ceres, now in her final days in retrograde motion there, today's adventurous lunar vibes are adding fuel to an already potent mix of romance, adventure, and nostalgia. Daily Planetary Overview. Today, you might feel a bit scatterbrained as Mars in Gemini squares Saturn retrograde in Pisces, bringing some tension into your day. It's one of those days where you might feel like you're picking up the pieces of Euro, perhaps an endeavor you were invested in suddenly hit a roadblock, or you're facing a tricky situation that feels harder to navigate than usual. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath. It's okay. We all have days when things don't go as planned. The key to handling this cosmic tension is to approach it with responsibility and calm. Instead of getting swept up in the chaos, focus on what you can control. Take ownership of the things that need your attention, and break down the tasks in front of you into manageable steps. Think of it like putting together a puzzle. At first, it can seem overwhelming, but piece by piece, things start to make sense again. As the moon enters Aquarius and conjoins with Pluto retrograde, you may notice that intense feelings begin to surface. This emotional undercurrent might stick around for the rest of the day, making it challenging to detach from whatever is weighing on your heart and mind. It's natural to have strong feelings and opinions, but finding a healthy outlet to express those emotions is essential. Consider reaching out to a trusted friend or loved one. Sometimes, simply talking through your thoughts can bring clarity and relief. Have you ever had one of those moments where something just felt off, and instead of diving into the conflict, you decided to take a step back? That's the kind of energy today is bringing. You might feel like avoiding people or confrontation, and that's completely okay. You're doing the right thing by giving yourself space. After all, sometimes jumping into an argument or trying to force a resolution can do more harm than good. By postponing important conversations or meetings until you regain your composure, you're setting yourself up for better outcomes in the long run. In the midst of all this, it's important to remember that any effort you make today should come from a place of calm and intention. When you approach your responsibilities with a steady hand, you'll find that things naturally start to fall into place. And don't forget to carve out some time for the activities that bring you joy. Whether it's spending time with friends or indulging in your favorite hobbies, these moments of contentment are what help you stay balanced, even when the world feels chaotic. For those of you who are single, today might also bring some promising attention from someone who piques your interest. There's an undeniable charm in the air, and it could lead to some exciting connections. Don't be afraid to explore those possibilities if they are euro, but remember to stay grounded and take things one step at a time. Rushing into anything too quickly might lead to unintended consequences. Speaking of decisions, this isn't the best day for big purchases or investments, especially if they're expensive. With today's cosmic influences, there's a risk of acting impulsively, and you might end up paying more than you intended whether financially or emotionally. Sometimes, when we're caught up in the moment, it's easy to overlook the risks attached to our choices. Take a step back, reassess, and give yourself time before making any major decisions. So, as you move through the day, embrace a slower pace. There's no need to rush or force anything. Instead, focus on maintaining your balance, both emotionally and mentally. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, what are some ways you've found to ground yourself? Maybe it's spending time in nature, talking to a friend, or simply taking a few deep breaths. Whatever it is, make sure to prioritize your well-being today. Remember, you have the strength and wisdom to navigate whatever comes your way. Stay calm, stay focused, and trust that this moment is just one part of your journey. Things will fall into place, and you'll emerge stronger on the other side. Let's keep the conversation going. How are you finding balance in your life today? What steps are you taking to stay grounded? We're all in this together, and sharing our stories helps us all grow.